suppose. Or one more hill. One more hill, or go to this one? I'm gonna go to this one. I'm going in. All right, so this one's gonna be brighter, bigger. So this hill, now that was gonna be for the background back here. Got those kind of established. And I'll do this hill, bigger coming in, even brighter. And so I'll be even brighter coming down. I'm gonna come all the way up here because that's what it looks like it's doing. So take this hill, same process. And once again, this will take you a couple days to get this far. Okay, so that comes down all the way across, more or less. I'll scrub this in. So I'm scrubbing it in, small brush strokes, and then this is the base coat. In the base coat, you want to be aware of your brush strokes and value. Make sure they're about the same or how you want them. I'll put the trees and stuff right on top of that. This comes down all the way to the horizon. So that'll come all the way down here to the little valley floor kind of thing. And the brush strokes, once you get into that habit of changing color all the time, adding it, it'll really help out. Here's another trick. Add this burnt sienna, and I'll come over here. And instead of changing color, I'll just move over here and add some over here. So it looks like I'm changing colors, but I'm not as much. Okay, now I got 2 layers on there, 3. So background hills, middle ground, and somewhat closer. I'll do those trees here in a second. Then, on top of that, this is going to be darker apparently. So it's going to be darker, lighter, then darker here. The darker one, we'll get the yellow, black.
Excuse.
Yep. Roger, Roger. Okay. And when I come in here with the darker ground in the background, I'm going to lay that in so it adds contrast. So after you're done, write down, it's the artist's job to create contrast. So if you don't have contrast, you know, you could cheat and add some darker trees as an option. That works. Okay, now I'm getting all my layers in there. Changing color, a little more green. Once again, it's going to be a little bit darker though. Okay, right now I don't have any scale though. So right now, establish scale with trees or buildings or power poles or something. So I'm going to go back and do that with this background trees or the hills over here. So now I'm going to switch to another bright brush. Ooh, and I have a new one too. I'll use this one. Okay, so you can kind of see it over there. So with this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put trees in there just like we did with the R2 graphite portraits. Black and green for the hills, for the trees, I mean. So back here, in the background, you can see those little oak trees in the hills. So the oak trees back here are going to be really simple. Kind of flat on the bottom, and take the corner of the brush, you're going to create those trees. So I'm taking it, and I tap it like this with the corner. You go, and you got a tree. Background trees. It's pretty simple. And then I'll do the same thing over here. There's more trees on this side. And then write down, create clumps of trees so they're not just like by themselves. So normally you have like a girl tree meets a boy tree, and then there's a family trees. You know, you'll learn that in health science. Okay, so there's a little family of trees over there. So that's that scale for back there. Almost done. Okay, done with the background hill, done with that one. Yeah, screw it, I'm gonna add some more highlights. So, write down, exaggerate highlights with just white and yellow ochre and burnt sienna. White, yellow ochre, and a little burnt sienna. So that's on top of what I have for my base. So to do that, I come in there as color. On the top of the hills, and even here, you can exaggerate those light values. Wherever the light source is going to be. So yeah, just a little bit, and then write down, make sure the water in your brush is still about, you know, kind of, it's not pure paint, it's kind of watered down paint. So it smooths on, but not too thin, like a glaze, otherwise it won't stick. And that could be kind of awkward. Lifting, you have to go over it again. Frustrating. Add more colors to it. Now come with green and burnt sienna. Tap that in there. Small brush stroke cell. So now I'm doing these little tiny brush strokes. I'm not doing this anymore. So I went from this to now really small. Okay. That's good enough for that one. So now that part's done. So I'm going to smooth out the bottom of these shrubs. Come in here, blend it. Blend. Okay, make it a little bit blurry on the bottom. Just blur it out on the bottom of those things. Okay, so that hill's done. This one is back here and has like cypress trees around it, or I think it's cypress, or poplar, like tall growing trees. Should I do that? So right now, so this, you can tell those are far away because of the size of the trees. Now with this one, I'm going to add more trees. I'm going to get this kind of tall in the background. So these are going to be kind of small-ish. They do cross the horizon. I'll start with like a dark green, black, yellow, and green. Super small if you can, up on the top. And then I'm going to take the brush, I'm going to go like this. Bip, bop, bip, bop, bip, bop, bip. All the way down. So I come in here, bip, bop, bip, bop. So I go working all the way down. Bip, bop, bip. Run out of paint. Blackish green. And that's for these little guys back here. You can add highlights later as well. These are on the other side of the hill, slightly. So it's going to be like a dark row all the way across. And I like my hill, so I'm not going to cover too much of it. It's kind of a cute little hill. All right, yellow and black again. I'll do like a little bit of each, so I'm not going to do like tons. Yeah, I like that hill. A smaller one here. And if you don't have a good brush, you might want to get a different brush. So, like for leaves and trees, if you don't have like a good brush, it can kind of negatively affect it. Family, connect them together with little weeds, little shrub. So now I got this separated by that dark line of trees there. There's some like shrubs and weeds in there. But first I get more contrast here. So now it's too flat. So that's good, that's good, that's good. It's got half a landscape. And what you do is, and I think I'll stop after this. I'm not going to show you that ground yet. You're not emotionally prepared for that, I don't think. So I'll do this coming up. So it's too flat, you need contrast. Write down, check the contrast by going back about 10 feet to look at your painting. So that's why they got long ass handles on this thing, so you can get back and take a look at it. Otherwise, you're not going to know if it's any good or not. So if I got back enough and squint my eyes, or like back there, this looks too flat. So I'll add color to it and value changes. So I'll come in here, burnt sienna, white again. And if I do a little bit of that, here and there, a little bit on this hill here, so now it's starting to lighten up. I got to blend it in, tap it in. Oop, that's gray. Gray's fine too, though. A little burnt sienna in there, the shadows. Add more green, but I'm like skipping around. Smaller brush strokes. Tippy tap. Here, brighter as well. And then once again, so this process here should take you guys probably maybe 3 days for the hills. And change color again, so now we got a little more green in there. And this is dark down here. It's going to be like a dark, meadowy floor. So therefore, I'm going to cheat and make this even a little bit lighter so it's more dramatic and stands out. So cheating, creating your own contrast. Okay, now with that, call that done. So that's done. This is done for the base coat. Now I go back in, then what I do is I add weed. All right, so add weed to it. Elizabeth Mallory, little bushes and weeds. Give you a nice contrast. So here's a little shrub action. It's kind of like a tree. Well, you'll stab it in there. It's too dark. Lighten it up a little bit. Stab it in there. And it's just going to be like a flat bottom comes up a little bit on top. And blend it out a little bit on the bottom. So it's kind of hazy. So I got a little weed shrub. Black and yellow again, and green. Put that in there. You can add multiple of these, and then here, this is kind of getting lost. So if I do like a little shrub right here, this will turn out pretty good. So I'm gonna come in here. If I do that contrast, so show that thing off a little bit more. I'll do another one here, a little weed. And then what you guys are gonna do is, as you guys need help doing something, you sign up for it, go like, I need help with a building, you can show us how to do buildings. So then I'll do a building show. But this one I want you to everybody to see like the basic concepts, how to do mountains and trees and all that other good stuff. And that is about it for now. All right, that's it. So let's go ahead and start painting away. Draw out your backgrounds. Forget the skies for now. It's time to move on.